This video is brought to you by the Disc Golf Depot, largest selection and best prices in the Pacific Northwest. Check out discgolfdepot.com for more information. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my review of the Discraft Challenger OS. Big thank you to the Disc Golf Depot for sponsoring this review. I appreciate their continued support as my favorite shop and hands down the best place in Portland to get your plastic. I really appreciate them working with me. Let's take a look at this beautiful disc, Discraft Challenger OS. This one's in the Pro D plastic. Really good looking disc. It's got some swirls going on in there. Might be a little bright for you to see it, but yeah, there we go. There's some nice little blue swirls, some kind of pink in there. It's just a good looking disc. I dig it. The foil stamp is a little bit distracting in terms of reading the lettering depending on the angle, but yeah, when you turn it like that you can read it pretty nice. No issues there. The Pro D plastic is great. It will break in quickly. It's the cheapest plastic they make from Discraft, but it's got a good feel, especially for a putter. It's not an issue that's going to break in. A lot of people like a broken in putter. It comes out of your hand nice and smooth. This particular one's a little bit more firm than this Challenger SS that I have just recently tested and reviewed alongside the OS. So the plastic blend will vary a little bit from disc to disc, so you'll have to kind of expect that if you're really particular about your putter plastic. But overall, the Pro D has a good feel, and I dig it. It's going to break in quickly. It's very inexpensive, so you can get yourself a nice little stack of these if you're looking to practice with them or anything like that. Have a few in the bag, that sort of thing. Here's your Discraft flight number. 1.7 with arrow to the left, meaning it's an overstable disc. It has a nice bead here. Let's look at the weight. 170 to 172 from Discraft. I did not actually weigh it to see exactly where it's at, but it's somewhere in the 170, so it's not too far off from max weight. There is the profile, so you can see it's got a pretty noticeable bead there. It's not like a huge bead, but it's substantial. Nice full-size putter bead. Nice rounded profile to it. Very, very comfortable feel in the hand. If you like that beaded putter feel, this is probably be the one that you like out of the two. Let's take a look at the Challenger SS. Great disc. Full review out on this already on my channel if you want to look at that. But you can see here that they're mostly similar, except for the bead. There's definitely some other differences in there, but they do kind of feel similar in the hand. So I think they layer quite well based on that they're pretty similar overall in terms of feel, but have considerably different flight paths that will allow you to get some good use out of the two of them. They'll work together quite well to cover you on a lot of different shots. So good feel in the hand. I like the bead. If you're a beaded putter guy, the OS is what you want to check out over the SS, but the SS to me has just a little bit better feel in the hand. It's really smooth and comfortable, but it's a lot of personal preference involved in that. Let's talk about the flight of this thing. So, where the Challenger SS, just by brief kind of re-review, is quite straight, very neutral. It's very smooth out of the hand, and it just flies on a dead straight line, both when you're throwing it off the tee and inside the circle. The OS is a great complement to that because it has more fade, less glide, and some more turn resistance. So you can throw it harder. It will just hold straight up to speed, have a gentle finish at the end of the flight. So again, they layer together quite well. If you were to use the Challenger SS or a regular Challenger for your putting, the OS could be a great one for you to look into for maybe a stronger headwind putt, or just as a nice, slightly more overstable complement to either of those discs. It works out quite nicely. It's definitely a noticeable amount more stability and less glide between these two. I'm not super familiar with the regular Challenger, to be perfectly honest. It's never a mold that I really got into. But yeah, I like both of these discs quite a bit, and if I were to carry one or the other, I would almost certainly just have both. I feel like they work really well and will cover you on a lot of different shots. The OS is probably a little bit more leaning towards a more experienced player. You need to throw it with some more power to get it to hold straight, but it still could be a very effective approach disc for basically any player. You're just going to have to play for that extra stability, look for it to finish to the left a little bit, regardless of who you are. If you're a big power thrower, this is probably the one that you're going to want to throw off the tee, where the SS is better for kind of more lower arm speeds, finesse players, or for a big power player, you probably want to throw it on some hyzer and work a smooth to the right. Both great discs for sure. That's my review on the Challenger OS. Again, I have a full review on this guy out there if you want to take a look, but thanks again to the Disc Golf Depot. Thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll check you later. Cheers.